What's up YouTube? It's your boy Chris Lee TV back again with another video. I know y'all see it. It's a lot of things going on right now. I haven't seen y'all, I haven't talked to y'all in over a year. I've been taking a break from social media. I took a lot of time off after my daughter was born. There's a lot of things I want to talk to you guys about, and we're gonna get into it in this video right here. This is my official return to YouTube. The guy is walking in the background. So it's a couple things I want to talk to you guys about. As you can see right now, we're a little young faced, you know what I'm saying? We're missing some things, right? We're missing a couple things. The sun is shining all in my face and all that. But I want to get into it. I just want to right now say, if you're new to my channel, I got kind of my growing and my following off of making trucking content. So that's what a lot of people are here for. That's what I'm going to continue to push out, and that's what I'm going to continue to create. If you're an old subscriber, I appreciate you guys for sticking around. I appreciate your guys' patience. I've had a lot of people reach out to me about various things, about making content, about things I've talked about in the past, my books and things like that. I want to get back into talking about those types of things. I want to get back into, you know what I'm saying, doing those things, and there's a reason for it, of course. And we're going to get into that in this video. I just wanted to show appreciation to everybody, you know what I'm saying, who is new here and who's been here for, you know what I'm saying, for who stuck with me through the ups and downs. So kind of where I want to start this video, this might be a long video, so you know what I'm saying, make sure you get your coffee, make sure you get your snack, make sure hold up, before we do that, we got to do, you know what I'm saying, a little wave check. Well, if I got waves, I don't know, y'all tell me, but we're gonna get into, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with the hair first. So I cut my dreads off about 4 weeks ago. And I've been trying to get waves for the little 4 weeks time. I've been doing a little, you know what I'm saying, doing a little something. But let me put these glasses back on so I can see. Yeah, I've been doing a little something. So I did cut my dreads off. It was like time for me to do that. It was time for me to make a little lifestyle change. I've been trying to do some new things with my life, as far as just, you know what I'm saying, it felt like I had like a lot of baggage with my dreads. It felt like they were getting it was a little bit more maintenance than I felt like I needed to do with, you know what I'm saying, my hair. It's a lot of things going on with the dreads, with the drying them and retwisting and things like that. I didn't cut them off for, you know what I'm saying, any other reason. I probably will make a clickbait video about why I cut my dreads, but that's just kind of one of the reasons. I'll get into it a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, in another video. But I did want to cut my dreads off because it was just, you know what I'm saying, I felt like it was just too much maintenance, too much for me as a person to have to think about doing when I could spend that time doing other things. But you see what showed up to the party, you know what I'm saying? It is kind of seasick in here. You know what I'm saying? We got motion sickness going on. The car's not moving. I know you're sick right now. But let's get back into it. So when I stopped making content, that was around the time that my daughter was born. She was born, I hate being on the spot like this, but she was born about, she's about to be 3, so almost 3 years ago. I spent some time, you know what I'm saying, out in Tucson, Arizona. That's when my truck broke down from my last company at Blair. I think you guys probably are, some of you guys knew that I worked at Blair. That's a flatbed company. That was a pretty good company, but my truck, I just didn't get a good truck. It kept breaking down. It kept, and so I kept having issues with it. And then I had one final repair. I think they rebuilt pretty much the engine on the truck. I had a Freightliner Cascadia. I have a lot of content about that truck on TikTok. I had fuel injectors busting. I had a lot of things just going on with that truck. But one of the last things that broke the camel's back, the truck went in the shop. My wife had the baby when the truck got out of the shop. And then, you know what I'm saying, we just had a lot of things going on. So I was out of the truck for a little bit, and I went back to work. And then the truck broke down again. So I'm back at home. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a rental truck. I didn't get a loaner truck, which that would have been nice to have. Seeing that I had already had so much downtime with the truck being in the shop in Arizona for like a month, and then me having to come home and the truck go back in the shop. But it wasn't only because the truck was in the shop. While the truck was in the shop, while I was at home, I had a little back injury. I pulled something or something. Like one day I was just playing with my daughter. I bent over to pick her up off the floor, and I pulled something in my back. And then they put me out of the truck for a little bit. It made it to where I couldn't return, so I used my insurance adjusting license. I talked about that on my channel, as far as getting that, how I got it, the reason I got it. If you want me to make another video about that, I can. I will update any videos that you guys want me to update, because those videos are old. So I want to start making new content, and getting people kind of caught up and letting them know kind of what's going on. So I used my insurance adjusting license that I got like probably a year or two before I got into this situation. I went and took a class, and I got my insurance adjuster license. I didn't use it until I couldn't get back in the truck because of that back injury. So what that did was it helped me pay some bills in the meantime. In between time, I went to go work for State Farm as what did I do? I did auto claims at State Farm, because it was like, you know what I'm saying, it was just a job that I could walk right into. It was, I already had the qualifications to do that job, because I kind of planned ahead for anything that could happen. And it happened. So it was like, okay, I knew what to do. I had the next step ready to go. And you know, I went and sat down at a desk. I did the auto insurance thing. It was interesting. I'll make a video about that if you guys want me to talk more about my journey as an auto claims adjuster. I can definitely do that. I have all the information, so we can definitely do that in the future. So I did that for a little while. I didn't really like it as much as I like trucking. Like trucking it's in me at this point. I've been doing it since 2017. And you know, I started going to a chiropractor, you know what I'm saying, to help me get back into the groove of being a normal person, right? So once I started doing that, my back started feeling a lot better. I got my notes right here on this piece of paper to help me keep track of what's going on. We already like 8 minutes in the video. So I kept going to the chiropractor. He got, you know what I'm saying, the person that I was going to see, they got me back to where I could get back in the truck. Somebody had reached out to me on Twitter, because I host Twitter Spaces every Monday. If you're on Twitter, Chris Lee TV 3. Every Monday I have a CDL Mentorship Monday Twitter Space, and you can come in and ask questions. You can come in and talk to me. We can come in and, you know what I'm saying, talk about trucking and things like that. I try to make myself available every Tuesday morning. I mean, Tuesday morning, every Monday morning, because it's CDL Mentorship Monday. So I try to make myself available every Monday morning to answer any questions. I've tried to stay consistent, even off of YouTube. I try to stay consistent doing that. There are like, they're called Twitter Spaces. You can go back and listen to the ones. They're like a podcast pretty much on Twitter. So you can always go back and listen to the ones that are recorded. I do record those spaces. But once my back started feeling better, what I did was I hopped into a truck, because someone on Twitter Spaces, he came in just randomly, and he was like something about going to the oil field, and he kept coming in and talking about the oil field, and you know, it kind of put a battery in my back, and I kind of got booted up, and I was like, okay, cool, like let's apply and see what happens. So I applied while I was at State Farm. I got the job to go to the oil field to haul sand. So I went to Midland, Odessa, and I started hauling sand. I did that for a couple months. I think I did it for like 4 or 5 months. It was very interesting. We can talk about that in another video too. If you guys have questions about the oil field, we'll talk about that. I just want to keep the video going. We can dig into these topics, because like I said, I want to get back into making content for you guys. So we can definitely dig into these topics and talk about my journeys while I was kind of away from YouTube. While I was out there in the oil field, I wasn't making the money that I thought I should have been making, and I was you know what I'm saying, I would get these, like, the schedule was weird. Like I said, we'll talk about it more in another video, but the schedule threw me off. So I was like, I might as well go local and be home every day. So I have a friend who worked at JB Hunt, and she was like, well, start looking, you know what I'm saying, locally and check out JB Hunt. I had worked at JB Hunt in the past. If you guys remember, I stopped making videos when I worked at JB Hunt, but I did work at JB Hunt in the past. I left JB Hunt out of a good situation. Like, I didn't leave them because of anything, like, where I couldn't go back. I think that's important in the industry. Like, if you're gonna go to one of these mega carriers, one of these big companies, leave on good standing. So I left on good standing. They call me after I left. They would call me and try to get me back to come over to work for them, but I was going and doing other things. But this time I went back. That's the first company I went back to, was JB Hunt. Oh man, what I started doing was I started doing the food hauling. What is it called? I can't think of it right now. But I started hauling, like, freight for food service for CC's, and that was probably the hardest job in trucking I've ever done in my life. There were people who were older than me, and I was like, when I was in the oil field, I was like, you know what I'm saying, it was nothing to do out there but go to, like, the trailers and on your, like, 34, you go to the trailers. I forget what we call them, but you go to the trailer and they give you, like, it's like a little hotel or compound, and, like, they'll give you a room, and they give you free food. You got a workout, you know what I'm saying, room. They had a sauna, they had, like, pool tables and stuff like that, like, and you could do laundry. So when I'm on my 34, I'm doing laundry, I'm working out, and I'm eating, and that's it. So when I got out the oil field, I was like big. Like, I was, you know what I'm saying, I was really dedicated to the gym. Even though my, like, what you call this, I would go to Planet Fitness if I didn't want to work out at the gym or something, like I wanted to do something else or get like a different type of environment, because out there in the oil field, Midland, Odessa, it's really not a whole lot out there. But yeah, when I left out the oil field, I was kind of big. So I was like, all right, this food service thing should be pretty easy, like moving boxes and stuff on pallets. Like I had a moving company, so I'm like, I'm familiar with this type of situation, but I was not familiar with, you know what I'm saying, what they had going on. So I get to, you know what I'm saying, get into it, and, you know what I'm saying, one of the older gentlemen, it was an older black man, he was like, yo, Chris, like, let me know if this is for you or if it's not for you, but we about to start getting to it. So I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm hustling. I'm thinking I'm doing something. And I ain't doing nothing. But like I said, we'll talk about that in another video. That's a good story. Me at JB Hunt doing that food service thing is not a joke. Like I said, one of the hardest things I've ever done. I got a lot of respect for guys in food service. They deserve every dollar that they get, no cap. So while I was at JB Hunt, you know what I'm saying, I was like, yo, this ain't it. So I started looking around for other jobs. I applied to Walmart. I always apply to Walmart, but I never get the job. And I'll talk about that too. Like, they'll send me everything. They'll be like, all right, you hired. Then, like, it'll be something that just holds me up, and we can talk about that in another video. But since I didn't get the job at Walmart, I had a friend who I also met through Twitter. Twitter is, like, you know what I'm saying, like where I be at a lot of the time, just cutting up. But I had a friend, and it's also, you know what I'm saying, it's helped me out in these situations. I had a friend who was a car hauler, and he was the only car hauler at the time in our group. And he's like, hey, like, y'all doing what y'all doing over there, but I'm really doing what I'm doing over here. And I was like, all right, let me think about, you know what I'm saying, let me see what you're doing over there. I was on Craigslist, you know what I'm saying, I always go on Indeed, Craigslist, I always go to these job sites, and I think it's good to go to these sites and look and see what type of jobs are out there. Because, you know what I'm saying, you can transition from one job to another, and you can really increase your salary in this industry. And that's what I did. I left JB Hunt. I went and worked at a car hauler. I went to go haul cars, and I started making, like, really good money. And it was just like, yo, like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? I really enjoy, you know what I'm saying, like, car hauling is not easy at first. If you're not, you know, if you don't have that good coordination, you need really good coordination. If you don't got that coordination, you can't stick to a routine. It might not be the best thing for you. But car hauling, I I like car hauling. That's probably one of the best trucking jobs. Is worth it for me, as far as the sacrifice, because trucking is a big sacrifice. I tell you guys that all the time. Trucking is a huge sacrifice. But yeah, I went and did car hauling. And then now we're here. So what's going on right now? I am not in the truck. What happened? Why am I not in the truck? I was on a reset. Tell me why I'm in my, oh yeah, y'all see we in a new car, right? This is the Telluride. So I was in the little, you know what I'm saying, my little hoopty, what we gonna call it, the little hoopty that I paid cash for. You know what I'm saying? She got me around. She did what she needed to do, and you know what I'm saying, for that little $3,000 that I paid for, I really wasn't home, so it was just something to get me back and forth. And you know, it was a smart decision on my behalf because I didn't have to pay a car note at that time where I was trying to figure some things out and, you know what I'm saying, take care of things at the crib. Look at that man doing his job. So I was on a reset, right? I'm on a reset, and then I went to the bank to get some money or something like that, and somebody rear-ended me at the red light. I'm at the red light, and the light turns green. I'm looking to make sure everybody, you know what I'm saying, if you know the Smith system, you want everybody to get away from you, so let them go. But you don't want to just sit there. But okay, so the red light, boom, turn green. Dude's in his cell phone, right? Dude behind me, he's in his cell phone, trying to pay a bill or doing something on his phone, but he accelerates at the same time and hits the back of my new car. Like, he hits the back of my car. Me and my wife are in the car, and you know what I'm saying, it just kind of put me in a situation where it pinched something in my lower back, and I haven't been able to get over that yet, which is another video I can make if you guys are interested, because I think it's very important that truck drivers enroll in short-term and long-term disability. Of course, yeah, accidental death and dismemberment is like pretty much given. Once you sign up for a trucking job, they pretty much give you that, and then you can go through your bank and do it. Like, I think that's important too. I've always preached to have life insurance as a truck driver because it's one of the most dangerous jobs in the trucking industry. But you know, I'm gonna continue to preach that. But that happened, you know what I'm saying, I'm off the truck now. I'll talk more about it in another video. I just want to touch base on these things in this little video right now to let you guys know that I'm still here. I'm back, you know what I'm saying, I'm back creating content. I am, you know what I'm saying, getting back into my, you know what I'm saying, my book, my planner. I want to get back into doing the speaking engagements and doing all the stuff that I was doing before, because right now I have nothing but time on my hands because, you know, due to the injury. I'm glad that it didn't happen in the semi truck, but it's unfortunate that it did happen, period. So this is why I'm coming back to YouTube. I want to, you know, spend this time wisely, catch you guys up on what's going on, and see if I can come back and do what I did bigger and better, because it's like 500,000 views. There's 500,000 views on this YouTube channel. There's like 500,000 views on my TikTok, and that might not, you know what I'm saying, that's a lot. That's a whole lot. If you think about a football stadium, or if you think about these venues that you go to, like for a choir rehearsal, or, you know, like the movie theater, like those, there's like 100 seats in that movie theater. It's like maybe 300 seats in the auditorium, 500 seats in the auditorium. There's 500,000 people who watched my YouTube, 500,000 people who watched me on TikTok. So I think that I have to do something. Like, I have to keep making good content for people. I have to keep showing people that, you know what I'm saying, like, I guess how I'm living my life, benefiting from the things that I've done. And one of those things has been getting into the trucking industry. So I'm going to keep that mindset. I'm going to make content on these things. I'm going to get into more things that I want to talk about. I want you guys to, you know what I'm saying, continue to watch, subscribe, follow me on this journey in the trucking industry. And, you know what I'm saying, just doing everything else content wise. I want to keep entertaining and bring you guys information and making it to where we have, you know what I'm saying, not everything has to be you know, the social media stuff. We can talk about some real stuff. And I want to do that with you guys. So please, you know what I'm saying, if you like this video, if you made it to the end, you know what I'm saying, put the trucking emoji in the comments if you are looking to get into trucking, if you're in trucking. If you found my video, you know what I'm saying, tell me how did you find my videos? I'm curious to know that. But I really appreciate you guys for, like I said, everything. You guys have helped get me to where I am today. You guys have helped put me in the right mindset. You guys have helped get me back into wanting to make content for YouTube, because like I said, comments come in, the DMs come in, the phone calls come in, the text messages come in from people who I look up as mentors, and the people who I've helped get into the industry, and people who I've seen be very successful. And they're like, yo, like, why did you stop doing what you're doing? Because I have a friend who wanted to get into the industry and not to put them on you, and now they're successful. Or, you know what I'm saying, like, it's just crazy stories that I've heard about how people have found my content, and also how like some of my old friends will be like, one day I was just, you know what I'm saying, doing this, and I heard your voice, and it was somebody watching one of your YouTube videos, and they were like, oh, that's Chris type, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never thought that anything like that would happen in my life. But I'm gonna keep this video short. We're gonna keep it at 21 minutes. So let's not go over 22. It's your boy Chris Lee TV. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. We back. You know what I'm saying? We back. We making content. We got the waves. We got the waves. Look at the waves. Look at the waves, baby. Them things going crazy. Let me chill out. All right. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Next video, we're gonna talk about some, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get back into it. But I'll see y'all on that next video. Deuces.